Hi everyone, welcome to another video by Optionables. My name is Saket and today in this video we are going to look at what happened to the markets, what we can expect from the markets tomorrow and what happened to our trade. So today morning SGX Nifty was indicating a gap down. So the thing is if you look at the US markets yesterday, US markets opened almost around 1% higher, but it couldn't sustain at the higher levels and there was a sell-off. So the selling started and it almost became unchanged and it almost ended around 0.6% lower. This is not such a great news because starting up almost 1% higher and ending almost around 0.6% lower is definitely a reflection of a negative sentiment. So this sentiment was carried forward to Asia as well. So most of the Asian markets also started trading lower and even SGX Nifty was indicating a 100 points gap down. And similar to what SGX was suggesting, even Nifty opened around 100 points gap down. The thing is, yesterday we had discussed in the video that 16,200 is going to act as a very strong support. And right after we came towards 16,200, we immediately started to see some buying come in. So the thing is, the market opened around 16,200. Within fraction of few seconds, it was well above 16,200 and from there on, it started recovering. Within the first 2 hours, market almost recovered all its losses and came to just around 10 to 20 points lower. On top of this, Bank Nifty showed some excellent recovery. It opened somewhere around 35,200 and very quickly we started to see some very strong buying come in and quickly it went up towards 35,400. So at this point, the market started consolidating. Nifty was consolidating around 16,300. Bank Nifty was also consolidating below 35,500. So we saw some good amount of consolidation here. And after that, we got one more round of Upmove. And this time it was from the banking sector again. So lot of buying came in banking sector. So it not just broke 35,500 but also broke 35,600 and started marching towards 35,700. So once we thought, okay, the market is now coming towards 35,700, immediately there was some round of profit booking. So it came towards 35,650 and all, and immediately we saw the profit booking which dragged back the Bank Nifty all the way from 35,650 to 35,400. So almost around 200 point pullback. So even Nifty saw around 50 point pullback, and this was the time when again we saw one more round of buying come in. So if you are actually looking at the trend in the market, whenever there is a dip, immediately there is some buying. So the thing is, DIIs are already buying. The good thing is FIIs are not selling so aggressively. And especially if you look at the afternoon session, we have a lot of buying coming in afternoon session. So if you see post 2:30, market appears to be very strong, and at least in the past 2 weeks, post 2:30 we have almost ended always higher. So there might be 1 or 2 situations in the last 2 weeks where we have actually ended lower, but most of the days we have actually ended higher, and there is some strong buying which is coming after around 2 o'clock. So even today we saw something similar happen. So after 1:30, 2 o'clock, we saw one more round of buying, but this time it was much more aggressive, and Bank Nifty also broke 35,700 and started to go towards 35,800. Nifty also touched the day's high and it started marching towards 16,350. Overall, we closed at the highest point of the day, just below the highest point of the day, but you can definitely consider it as the highest point of the day. If you look at the candle, the opening was the lowest point of the day and closing is almost the highest point of the day. And the thing is, this has formed a big green candle on the daily chart, and we are seeing some positive momentum, and definitely looking at the price action today, it does seem that this positive momentum is going to continue onwards as well. This will bring us on to the next question: what we can expect from the markets tomorrow. So today there are two good news. One, we saw that 16,200 as a support was respected again, which means that if we are coming towards 16,200, we will definitely see one more round of buying come in. And not just that, there is aggressive put writing which has happened at 16,200, which further ensures that there is a strong support around 16,200. So I personally expect, if there is no other negative news flow, market should not break 16,200 before this expiry. So this is the personal expectation, and I can be totally wrong. Even if I am wrong, we might end up adjusting, but I would recommend you to consult your financial advisor before acting on any views. Not just that, if you look at Bank Nifty, yesterday 35,500 had the highest amount of call writing, and we had also discussed that if the market is breaking 35,500, then definitely we can expect a lot of up move. And we had also discussed that if the market comes towards 35,500 and does not face any resistance, then 35,000 will be a bottom, or at least markets will not fall below 35,000 before this expiry. So these were the things which I had already discussed in the last video. Similar to the view what we had given, today after the market ended up breaking 35,500, we ended up shorting some naked 35,000 puts, because we had already discussed if we are closing above 35,500, we do not expect the market to break 35,000 before this expiry. So we started shorting some naked 35,000 puts. On top of this, we also carry a short strangle at 35,500 and 36,000. A short strangle at 35,500, 36,000 and also 35,000 naked puts. And now in Nifty, as we already discussed, there is a very strong support around 16,200. So which means we have definitely shorted 16,200 puts. We do expect the market to face some kind of resistance around 16,500, because we have seen continuous buying. Maybe around 16,500 the markets can consolidate, or even we might see some small amount of profit booking where it will recover again and retest 16,500. So this is the idea with what we are working, and that's the reason we have done a short strangle at 16,200 and 16,500 in Nifty. So if you look at the movers, only thing that is holding back Nifty is Reliance. So Reliance had underperformed severely, but the thing is the recovery is not coming at the pace it was expected. Even if Reliance goes back around 10% higher, which is around 2,600 levels, so this is not even close to its 52-week high. 52-week high is somewhere around 2,900. So even if it goes back to 2,600 levels, we can easily expect Nifty to retest 16,800. That is because banking sector is already showing a lot of strength. So HDFC Bank today did really well. Axis Bank and IndusInd Bank did again really well today. So Kotak Bank has recovered well from its low. So everything is looking strong. The IT sector, if you look at Infosys, it was up 3% yesterday, and even IT sector is holding well. TCS is more or less trying to find its bottom around 3,000. Everything is actually pointing towards a big rally, but the thing is there are multiple factors to it as well. One is that if FIIs again start to resell, so maybe after we go towards 16,800 or 17,000, if they start selling again, we are going to slide back. So that is one thing. And two, if you actually look at the corporate results, most of the corporate results are missing the estimates. HDFC Bank missed the estimates, TCS missed the estimates. So most of the big companies are actually missing the estimates. So this is also not a very positive sign. So if most of the top companies itself end up missing the estimates, then we might not sustain at the higher levels. There will be definitely some amount of profit booking. So these two are something which we should definitely have in mind. So let's see how the market goes tomorrow. Again, to just summarize what we have discussed with regards to the market view, we are expecting the markets to hold 16,200 and 35,000 for this expiry. We are not expecting the market to come below these levels. On the higher end, we expect some kind of resistance around 16,500 for this expiry, and for Bank Nifty, we have a 35,500 and 36,000 short strangle position what we are carrying. So that is for the market outlook. And finally regarding our position. So if you actually look at our yesterday's trade, we had a 35,000 put and 36,000 call, a short strangle, and even in Nifty we had 16,200 and 16,400 short strangle. So today, even though the markets were volatile, we were low on position, and this short strangle we almost kept it till the end. So towards the end we ended up changing the position. So overall we ended up making somewhere around 2 lakh as the net profit for today. So the thing is, as I told you, we didn't make much of the change for the existing position because we found that the market was trying to bottom out around 16,200 and 35,200, and from there on, when it started bouncing on the higher end, we didn't do much of an adjustment till the end. So overall we ended around 2 lakh. We also have changed our position as I already discussed, and this is the trade what we are carrying as of now. On top of that, we have also seen some good recovery in crypto market, and even for the first time today, rupee actually crossed 80. So this is a very good news for IT companies. You don't often see that rupee is weakening so much and IT stocks are so weak, because this is a very positive news, or a very big positive news for IT stocks, because they usually receive payments in dollars, and whenever they are receiving payments, you can see that rupee from 78 has gone towards 80. That means almost a 3% depreciation in rupee just in the matter of past 2 weeks. That means for IT companies which are receiving payment in dollars, it is just a 3% jump in net profit without having to do anything. So this is one very important thing. But you should also note that euro is weakening at a much higher rate. So whichever IT service company is providing service in the European markets, they won't be benefiting quite a lot, because when they receive payment in euros, it will be much lesser, because rupee is strengthening against the euro. That is one more thing what we should keep in mind. So overall, let us see what tomorrow holds for us. And right now the VIX is also cooling down, the market is also not so volatile. So if this continues, it will become easy for the intraday system based traders to make some money. So with this, we also come to the end of this video. I hope you have liked this, and if so, then do not forget to hit the like button, share this video, and also subscribe to Optionables. Thank you so much for joining.